Hi, everyone. I am Trevor Brucato with RB Milestone Group, or RBMG, which is a US-based full-service investor relations firm. Today, I am pleased to have with me Comstock Inc.'s Executive Chairman and CEO, Corrado de Gasperis, who will be addressing the results from the company's Q3 2023 Stakeholder Perception Analysis Report that provides insights into investors' perception of the company's various operational milestones and perceived strengths and weaknesses. For those new to the story, Comstock is an innovator of decarbonizing technologies that enable the energy transition by efficiently converting underutilized natural resources into renewable energy products through three dedicated businesses. One, Comstock Fuels, which converts woody biomass into carbon-neutral renewable fuels. Two, Comstock Metals, which recycles e-waste and critical metals. And three, Comstock Mining, which holds significant gold and silver resources in a historic world-class and target-rich district in Nevada, and plans to dramatically expand its precious metal resources and reserves through generative AI-enabled mineral discovery. Comstock Inc. is listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol LODE. As Comstock's investor relations firm, RB Milestone Group, or RBMG, compiled the results from an investor survey from the time of the company's Q2 earnings call on August 10th through to the end of Q3 ending September 30th. A total of 122 stakeholders participated in the survey, including over 85% who indicated they're shareholders, as you can see from the screen here. We intend to repeat this cadence of surveying and reporting on a quarterly basis moving forward. The surveying period will commence post the company's earnings calls and close at the end of the respective quarter. The investor survey will be available for participation in the investor section on the company's website during the surveying period and will be replaced by the final perception analysis report for that quarter once complete. In order to produce accurate trends in the report, it's important to collect a balanced data set. My team takes a proactive approach in collecting submissions from a variety of participants, from small to large shareholders, to prospective shareholders and industry strategics. The various choices in each category within the report were discussed and confirmed by company management and my team here at RBMG, both of whom did not participate in the survey. Before digging into the report with Corrado, please note this discussion may contain forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties that may be out of the control of the company and should not be construed as a recommendation or solicitation to buy or sell any security. For Comstock's full disclaimer, please visit comstock.inc. Now, with housekeeping behind us, Corrado, welcome.
Thank you, Trevor, and thanks to your whole team for compiling the results of our inaugural investor sentiment report. As you know, Comstock's philosophy is grounded in transparency, and we understand the need to be more effective with our stakeholder communications in order to best understand their perspectives and effectively unlock the value that we're creating through our remarkable technologies. This allows us to meet the needs of our stakeholders and grow our relationships in both confidence and size. With these sentiment reports and feedback, your team is enabled a direct, clear, and timely mechanism so that we can hear directly from them, our shareholders.
Thanks, Corrado, and we do agree. We found the trends across the various categories quite interesting and wanted to give you the opportunity to address them directly, as I'm sure your shareholders would appreciate. Let's kick off with the stakeholders' perceived strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, excellent. Let's start with the weaknesses so we can prioritize the areas that we need to improve first. There is clearly a very strong desire to see revenue. We understand this. Revenue means that our technology is being commercially accepted. Revenue means cash starts flowing in. And revenue likely also addresses the concerns about credibility. This is also consistent with our goal of accelerating commercialization of our technologies, so it speaks directly to alignment with our base. We have 2 of our 3 businesses in pre-revenue, and we did expect a better reception to the announced mining revenues, since they both neutralize the mining costs and allow us to commence development without using our own capital. That said, we have now achieved TRL 6 or greater on each of the other lines of businesses, and each of the presidents and their dedicated teams are completely focused on commercialization, and it's going very well. Just as a reminder, TRL 6 means the first true demonstration of commercial readiness. We are ready. TRL 7 and TRL 8 means various operating prototypes and pilots, and TRL 9 means the technology is commercially mature and fully deployed. Depending on the technology, revenues can be achieved at TRL 6 for early adoption by sophisticated commercial clients, and then continued development and growth goes on through TRL 7, TRL 8, and TRL 9. Comstock Fuels is enabling an entirely new supply chain directly with industry leaders that practically, effectively, and profitably decarbonizes. We couldn't be happier with the partners, the thoroughness and sustainability of what we are devising with them, and the impact that it'll have. We're leading something complex here, and we are the technology and the experts that are enabling it. We will have news this year on this commercialization. We also expect Comstock Metals will be permitted this year and operating immediately thereafter. We believe that when the market better understands the size, the growth profile, and the profitability of these end-of-life photovoltaics that we will be recycling, they should see a truly wonderful revenue and profit profile for this business. As I also already mentioned, Comstock Mining is already commercial in the sense that we have validated ounces in the ground and licensing revenues today. We now just need to better demonstrate the existing and potential value that growing these assets to over 2 million ounces of gold resources in the ground would unlock for our stakeholders. Again, now with revenues that allow us to advance those assets at no additional cash outlay from us. The other key weakness that was highlighted in the survey was credibility. I take that one very seriously. We are moving mountains here, blood, sweat, and tears, and our teams have already achieved advances in technology readiness in 3 areas: for Comstock Fuels, for Comstock Metals, and for our physics-based AI. It's truly an honor to work with some of the smartest physicists, chemists, engineers, and technologists throughout our company. In the very near future, say 3, 6, and 9 months from now, we expect to see the most improvement in these 2 feedback areas from this survey. First, revenue concerns being alleviated, and second, credibility following. One helps the other, obviously. In reviewing the feedback on our strengths, it was encouraging that our novel and disruptive technology leads the feedback as a top strength. It is novel, and it's about to be very disruptive. So that part of our message is starting to resonate. And as we validate it with third parties, our value will start unlocking and our shareholder base will grow dramatically. I also believe our teams are a strength. We've dedicated resources for each businesses, and our teams are laser focused on their milestones. They have already delivered the industry-leading woody biomass fuel technology in terms of yields and carbon impact. Our metal team has also positioned our recycling business to lead in profitability with extremely low variable cost, low operating expenses, and high throughput. They are all focused and delivering.
Thank you, Corrado. Very helpful, as I'm sure the stakeholders would appreciate again. I'd like to now hone in on the milestones. It looks like your stakeholders are most looking forward to the company obtaining licensing or partnership contracts for your fuels business.
Without a doubt, Trevor. It's also what we're looking forward to. Fuels is engaged, as I said, across an entire supply chain, meaning they are focused on and know what's necessary, what's sufficient to fully commercialize. For example, validating with third parties our industry-leading yields, validating our leading and remarkably low CI scores, approving woody feedstock pathways, approving and validating these technology partnerships required to deliver the final solutions, our economics, etc. It's all happening daily, meticulously, diligently, and we are in fact commercializing. As we mentioned publicly before, we anticipate news on this front before year-end. Although the other milestones weren't the top trend in the feedback reports, they shouldn't be discounted. Metals should be up and running in Q1 of next year, and there's a high likelihood it'll be the first profitable recycler in the industry. And GenMat will soon be accelerating our own mineral discoveries, starting with a digital twin of our resources and adding satellite-derived hyperspectral data to that model for predictive expansion of our gold and silver resources. The growth of Comstock Gold and Silver is just the beginning, and they are starting to also engage many other potential customers. We appreciate our investors' patience as we commercialize fuels and metals as GenMat advances, all in the near term. This is what we've all been waiting for, and look forward to keeping everybody posted on our exciting process throughout the rest of this year and into 2024.
Thank you, Corrado, and thanks to the many Comstock stakeholders who did participate in our survey. I think it is worth noting that the milestone options here, the recipients and the participants are only able to select one. We have been provided with clarity that there are some other options that investors are also excited about, but when you're choosing one, they are looking forward to the most, being the licensing partnership contracts announced for the fuels division. Well, we look forward to hearing from more of you following the company's Q3 earnings call in November of 2023 and sharing the Q4 perception analysis report in the new year. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at ir@comstockinc.com. Again, that's ir@comstockinc.com. Thank you, Corrado.
Thank you. Outstanding.